I'll cover off how to stay calm and confident around sharks, their body language, how sharks feed, their sensory systems, and how these senses affect their prey drive. We'll talk about where they live and hunt, and tips on overcoming fear of sharks. There is also very strong evidence to suggest that sharks do not interpret human blood as a potential food source. They help the shark orientate itself and aid in finding and honing in on prey. Now, a classic example of the lateral line senses in action would be watching. Sharks also possess another sensory system that is not shared by the majority of the fish species that we hunt, which is electroreception. Sharks use electroreceptors called ampullae of Lorenzini, which are a passive form of electrolocation. If you encounter your first shark and the adrenaline packs on, it can often mean that recalling information can be quite difficult. So I'll break down this topic into 3 easy steps, which is a very good way to teach your body that it doesn't need to panic in that situation, as this can be associated with negative behavior. Now, I will admit that a lot of people talk about types of posturing when a shark is territorial or aggressive. Now, it is no secret that fish struggling on the end of a spear is a shark attractant, as we're ticking all of the boxes mentioned earlier with regards to the shark's prey drive. And they generally swallow them right the way up to the gill plate if they can. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, the majority of my bad situations have been around, there can be a few different dynamics that are working with the local sharks and fish. Some fish they just want. In New Zealand I've had several quite intimidating situations, and I'll explain what happened and also what I think led to this behavior. As sharks will not hesitate to move in on a scent trail in the water to scavenge fish. Now, it is easily avoided if you use a float boat or fish plat to store your fish in while shore diving or snooping snapper along a section of coast. And when we have an animal that's adapted to eat a mammal, then it really does pay to investigate what type of scenarios these animals will be hunting in. The majority of scenarios where people have been killed or seriously wounded by bull sharks appear to be in. This is reason enough for spearos to be diligent around tiger sharks. This species is now considered threatened as their large fins are valued by the fin fishery. Now, similar to the tiger shark, the oceanic whitetip has a varied diet and is also highly competitive in feeding situations.